Hey Geometry! In today's notes, we are using our trig ratios to solve for missing angles this time. So our steps are pretty much the same as they were when we were finding missing sides. The first thing you'll have to do is label your sides as the adjacent, the opposite, and the hypotenuse based on which angle we're looking at. And then you'll have to decide which trig function we're using. Is it sine, cosine, or tangent? We'll write the equation the same way we always do. And then the part that's different is how we will solve for the variable. So we're going to do these 4 examples together, and then you have some practice problems to try on your own. So for our first one, we are trying to find the measure of this angle right here. So my first step is to label my hypotenuse. The side that's 12 would be my opposite, and 5 would be my adjacent. The sides that I have information about are the opposite and the adjacent. So I know I'll be using tangent. So I know the tangent of theta is the opposite side over the adjacent side. I can start filling in the information I have. I don't know the angle measure, so I'm going to leave that as theta. My opposite side is 12, and my adjacent side is 5. So now we need to find out what theta is. What is this angle measurement here? And the way we do that is using inverse trig functions. So we talk about inverse operations in Algebra 1. It's like adding and subtracting, multiplying and dividing, squaring something and square rooting it. They're operations that undo each other. So to find what theta is, I need to undo this tangent. Like, I need it to go away. And the way that we do that is by taking the inverse tangent of both sides of our problem. And what happens here is my inverse tangent and my tangent cancel each other out. And I'm left with theta is equal to the inverse tangent of 12 over 5. And this stuff right here, we're just going to put straight into the calculator. Your calculator will spit out a number for this, and it will tell you what that angle is equal to. So in this case, they're asking us to round to the nearest tenth. So in your calculator, you would type in the inverse tangent of 12 over 5. And I'll include some short videos of how to use different calculators to find the inverse. But for this one, our answer would be, once I put that in my calculator, theta equals, they're asking us to round to the nearest tenth. So that means I should have one number after my decimal point. So this would round up to 67.4 degrees. So I know that this angle X is 67.4. Okay, next one, we're going to do the same steps. First thing I have to do, label my sides. Here's my hypotenuse. This side would be my opposite. The side that's labeled 11 would be my adjacent. The sides that I have information about are the adjacent and the hypotenuse. So for this problem, I'll be using cosine. The cosine of theta is equal to my adjacent side over my hypotenuse. So if I fill in the information that I have, my adjacent side is 11. My hypotenuse is 12. To solve this, I'm going to use my inverse function. So I'll use cosine, the inverse of cosine, which we write as cosine to the -1. I know I'm doing the inverse cosine of both sides, So I can just skip right to saying theta is going to equal the inverse cosine of 11 over 12. This is the part that goes in my calculator. I'm just going to type this in exactly the way it looks. And my calculator says that theta is equal to 23.55 with some other numbers after it. That would round up to 23.6 degrees. So this angle in the triangle is 23.6. Okay, let's just do one more. For this problem, they're asking us to find the measure of angle A and of angle B. So let's just start with angle A. If this is my unknown angle, if I call that theta, well, my hypotenuse is the side that's 10. My opposite is the side that's 8. And my adjacent is the side that's 6. This time, I have information about all of these sides. So it doesn't matter which trig function I use. So just because we haven't done it yet, let's use sine. So I know the sine of theta is my opposite over my hypotenuse. I'll fill in the information that I have. My opposite side is 8. My hypotenuse is 10. To find out what theta is, I need to use my inverse trig function. So the inverse sine of 8 over 10. This is what gets typed into my calculator. And calculator says theta is equal to 53.13 with some other numbers after it. So I can round that to 53.1. And that was the measure of angle A. It's 53.1 degrees. To find the measure of angle B, I could go through this whole process again, choose which trig function I'm going to use, rewrite which sides are my opposite and my adjacent, because now I would be looking at the angle up here. I'd be looking for that angle. But instead of doing that, I know all 3 angles in this triangle have to add up to 180 degrees. So I have a 90-degree angle here. I have my 53-degree angle, well, 53.1 degree angle at angle A. To find angle B, well, I just have to subtract those from 180. So 180 minus 90 minus 53.1 is 36.9. So angle B is 36.9 degrees. Okay, I'll add some links to probably in the video description and also in the PowerPoint. Not the PowerPoint, the Google Slides, for how to use different calculators to find your inverse sine, inverse cosine, and inverse tangent. But I'm still going to recommend that you use the Desmo Scientific Calculator. I think it's the easiest one to use.